Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So if you don't know already, March of 2026 is officially Mounthaven pre-order month. During the run-up to Adepticon, Corvus Belli is offering a awesome bundle for the new Mounthaven faction for their game Warcrow. Now, my Spanish benevolent overlords were kind enough to send me everything in the bundle. So I've got the Mounthaven action pack. I've also got their first expansion unit, the Hearth Guards, and then I've also got the pre-order exclusive War Augur. Now, what that means though is with all of these new dwarves, plus the two dwarf characters for Mounthaven that came in the Warcrow adventure stuff, which I have procrastinated and have not painted all of it yet. That means I've got somewhere in the ballpark of like 16, 17 dwarfs that I need to paint through the month of March. And that means I need a really simple, easy to execute basing scheme that I can do very quickly and help, accentuate my paint jobs and still have the miniatures looking good, even though I'm trying to get through everything very quickly. So I'm going to show you what I cooked up in this video. And it's actually kind of inspired by the lore for the Mounthaven Dwarves. Now, if you're interested in reading through that lore, it's all contained for the most part in the Warcrow lore book that I have right here. Now, this is already available for sale. It's not required to play the game, but if you really want to dive into the lore of not just Mounthaven, but all of the factions and the world of Warcrow, this book is an absolute gem. Now, the Mounthaven Dwarves typically reside inside hollow caverns inside of mountain ranges. They're also one of the oldest living races in the world of Lindworm. So they've had millennia to build up their society, stockpile resources, and they are expert miners, which means they've also got a critical monopoly on the world's most precious metal, which is orichalcum. So since they live in these mountainous caverns and their primary industry is mining, they're actually somewhat insular. And throughout the history of the world, most of their sort of ongoing combat campaigns are actually centered around protecting their mines from intervening redcaps or the gobblers that are sometimes associated with the scions of Yadaboeth that may, try to make incursions into their mine works to either wreak havoc or steal their resources, etc. So a lot of their, combat forces are used to operating inside of their mine works. So for my basing scheme, I wanted to do something that represented these mines, but I had an extra idea where, because the world is so crazy about orichalcum and that's the main thing that they're down in the mines mining, I thought it would be cool to kind of show like all the little, scrap gemstones and everything that the dwarves don't care about would be just littered around the ground. And it might sound crazy, but to represent this, we're going to use some glitter. All right, so join me down at the hobby table and I'll show you how you can do these glittering ruby and precious gemstone mining bases. All right, so here is our subject, Princess Olga from the new Mounthaven bundle that's up for pre-order right now. If you missed my short video, I'll link it up in the cards for how I did this non-metallic gold armor. But anyway, she's been fully painted and varnished, and we let that varnish cure overnight because we will be using a little bit of alcohol in this process. So we want to make sure that varnish is cured so that the alcohol does not interfere with the finish on the Mini. All right, now the base, pun intended, for our basing mix is going to be the Geek Gaming Scenics Base Ready City Rubble. Now, this is a blend of their black and their gray. This is really great for city basing or if you're going to do generic mines. Now, I don't want to contaminate all of this, so we're going to go ahead and decant some of this into a smaller container. And now we're going to add in our glitter. Now I've chosen 3 colors that contrast with yellow because yellow and orange are the primary colors for the Mounthaven if you're going for the standard scheme. So we have sort of a nice kind of bright magenta, got a nice kind of violety blue that has some green mixed in, and then we've got some nice green glitter as well. And now we're just going to crack these open and put some in our mixture. Now, if you want to be able to control how much pulling out, you can actually use the blade of your hobby knife to help decant this instead of pouring it. So we're just going to add a little bit of each of these colors to start. Just 2 hobby knife blade fulls. All right, and then let's swirl this around, kind of see what we get. All right, so when you spread that out, it's not quite showing through, so we're gonna add some more. There, with 6 blade fulls of each color, now you're starting to get that nice color mix, so I think we're good with that. We can go ahead and start our standard base ready application. Right, so the first step for actually applying this is to apply some of this fast drying basing glue to our base. Now the nice thing with this, instead of a standard PVA, it's essentially tacky glue. So when it dries, it's going to stay tacky, which means you're going to have maximum hold for a water-based product. So I'm taking an old dingy brush that I do not care about, and we're just going to go ahead and apply this to the base. And you kind of want a nice kind of thick coat of this. The thicker you go, the easier and more grip you're going to have when you go to dunk this into the base ready mix. So I've temporarily popped Olga off of her painting handle. I'm going to use this spoon to just kind of dollop some of this onto the base. And don't worry about getting dust all over her. When we're done, we'll be able to clean that up very, very easily. We kind of want to circle that around so that we can get the excess off and clean up the base rim. Just use your finger and wipe that away before we go ahead and mount her back onto her painting handle. All right, so now I've just got some isopropyl alcohol that I keep decanted in this little bottle, which has a spray nozzle, but we don't want to spray it. We're just going to use a pipette and drop this onto the base ready so that when we go and apply our glue to seal it, this is going to lower that surface tension so that the glue spreads evenly. All right, so next we've got our matte scenic sealant, which is really just watered down PVA. So we're gonna go ahead, load up our pipette and just add some drops. And you'll see it spread out on its own and cover all of that basing material. And when this dries, it'll lock everything into place for us. All right, so there is one last step, one problem that we have to overcome, and that is the fact that our sealant is matte. So all of the glitter that is trapped underneath the sealing layer is going to be dulled down a little bit. So we need to sprinkle some fresh glitter over the top. You want to be careful with tilting the Mini because you've got this wet glue that's going to run around on you. So Don't try to get it everywhere. We're really focused on the exposed areas of the base. And now what's going to happen is the bottom layer of this glitter is going to be sitting on top of that sealant. So it's going to stick in place, but the shiny top of it is going to be exposed to the light without any of that matte material interfering. So now all we have to do is let that dry. All right, so that's mostly dry, and you can see we've got that super shiny glitter down on the base, and everything's nice and locked in. Now, I purposely went a little heavy-handed so that just in case if you do at home, I can show you how we can knock this back. So I've got a little bit of our fast-drying glue on this little paper plate, and now we're just going to get some on the tip of the brush, and then we're just going to kind of dab and dot in fairly random patches on top of our glitter. And you kind of want this to be as random as possible so that there's no real discernible pattern to it. And then once you've got your patches, we're going to go into our pure base ready mix and throw that on. Then we can go ahead and tap off the excess. That will hide some of your glitter that's a little bit too thick. All right, so here is some turntable footage of the completed miniature with the basing done. I tried to do a slightly elevated angle so that you can see the light reflecting off of the glitter and kind of see what that'll look like on your table. Keep in mind, if you're curious about how I did the armor, I'm gonna put a link to that video up in the show notes. I've also got a link in the show notes as well for the Corvus Belli store if you want to pick up the Mounthaven pre-order bundle. They've also got really cool bundles for all of the other Warcrow factions as well in honor of the big Adepticon release. So stay tuned. There's going to be lots of Mounthaven content this month, and I will see you all in the next video.